Hello, members of the RZ RD 500 Owners Group. If any of you have been following the RD 500 No Spark thread, I want to thank you all, especially Martin and Phil. You guys have been very helpful. Unfortunately, I haven't been very good at trying to convey what I've been doing on my end, so I thought it might be easier to make a YouTube video about it. So I'm going to show you that just recently I picked up this Zealtronic CDI RD 500, and I'll show you what that is. This is the unit. I picked it up from Zealtronic. The American distributor is Fast from the Past, and I agree with, I think it was Martin that spoke about it on the website. He couldn't find it on the page, and I did some digging, and it comes up that since I purchased this unit, which was the 8th of June, I believe, and now it has gone obsolete. I don't believe they're offering it anymore because you click on the info tab about it and it's not available. I wanted to use this device because it acts as a standalone CDI. I didn't want to add more complexity with programmable power curves and same thing for the power valve system. I just wanted to try and keep it simple, so I chose this one. Let's take a look at the schematic that came with the unit. It's pretty much similar to the factory CDI with a few changes. These three, red, brown, and green, coming out of the CDI box, those hook up to the factory plug. Please excuse these solder seal connectors. This is temporary. Once I get my no start condition figured out, I'm going to replace all this connector with the proper stuff. So let's see what side. Red, brown, and green. Those are even hookups. Then you come back to schematic, and it gives you two pickups that you can choose from. Perhaps if someone was doing something special, you would need two, but I only need one. However, that it doesn't really specify in the schematic how you're supposed to do it, but this is the solution I came up with. The wires involved, let's see if I can show this. I think it's on the underside. Here we go. The green with the white stripe is what I believe to be the ground for the pickup coil. And the red with the white stripe, which is, where are you? Oh, I'm sorry. It would be white. On the Zealtronic, it's white. Right here. So it's white coming out of the Zealtronic, goes into the white with red, into the plug. Comes out the other side, and it is white with red. You can kind of see it right there. What I changed to get continuity from that is on the other side of the bike. Let's hop over there for a second. Okay, here's my pickup coil. This is a replacement. It works, no problems there. So here's your red with white coming out of the unit, and the other one, the replacement, it doesn't show it as a white with a green stripe, but that's okay. I took that one, I just grounded it to this, and I can disconnect this wire and this wire, and I can hook it up to a regular LED. Kick the bike over and this will flash. So I know it's producing a signal. So the CDI should see that. So I believe we're good to go there. Let's head back to the other side. So the change that creates, the way the pickups are done, the green with white with green stripe is not used, and on the harness itself, the purple for the second pickup too is not used. The other wires that are remaining there is this one here, yellow with a green. That one switches over on the plug, if I can get a good picture of it. It goes to black with a yellow stripe. Come to the other side, and that switches to black with a white stripe. This wire here comes over, the black with the white goes to the power valve controller, and this is the junction where the gray wire, which goes to the tachometer, that's where all this ties in. So this is the tie-in that shows on the schematic, the Yamaha tach signal. The only wires left is a blue to one of the coils, an orange to one of the coils, and a ground, which is here. One orange goes to a blue, orange to orange, and then down here, black to black. Pretty basic. So those are the changes of how I hooked it up and followed that schematic. Now let me show you some of the things which I have disconnected in the idea of trying to get this troubleshooting narrowed down. If you look down in here, there's a connection. Right here. That red and white one with the bullet connector, that plugs into a harness, which is hard to see, but it comes from right here under the brake switch, which is, I'm sorry, on the brake control, which is the engine stop switch. So that one is disconnected. Go back to that. That one right there. So that one for the run stop switch on the handlebar, that's disconnected. Also, I have disconnected this black and white. This black and white comes off of the terminal plug for the ignition switch. Let me show you on the schematic. Pardon the shaky camera work here. So the ignition switch is up here, and the black and white right there comes down, hooks up, switches into the red and white portion of the harness. So it's this connector here, if I'm pointing it out correctly. Yeah, because when you go for the off function, black and white are paired together. You come back down here, and that's where it ties in. So I think that covers those two things which I have isolated. So I don't think those are giving me any trouble trying to get a spark. Let's go back over to the other side of the bike, and I'll show you a few things over there. On this side of the bike, we have these connectors here. This is the side stand control unit. This is the wires that go to and from the neutral safety switch, which is under here. The actual switch, in the mirror, in the view, is right there. And the other is for the neutral safety side of it. So both of those are disconnected there. So I don't think the side stand unit or the neutral switch would be giving me any trouble. So I have that isolated. Hold on just a second, we'll go back to the side of the bike. Look at the schematic. I believe I have it isolated to the point where, this is number 7, that's the neutral safety device. That's out of the circuit. On the ignition switch, the black-white, which is the off part of the switch, that's out of the circuit. the handlebar switch, which I believe is this one, yes. That one, I showed you where that one was unplugged, so that's out of the circuit. And here's your CDI. This here is the pickup coil. The red and white goes to the CDI. The white and green goes to ground. So this, I hooked it up. It makes the LED flash as the engine turns, so I know it's sending a signal to this. But I'm not getting power to fire these coils. If there's something here that I'm overlooking, please let me know. I'll just post this up on the bulletin board and just throw some comments up. Thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate it.